Welcome back, Rich Minds. It's your boy Reno coming back to you with another video. And today's topic is gonna be 5 signs God chose you. Yes, sir. Let me say it louder for the people in the back, y'all. Understand this. This video is based upon all the signs of how you know God chose you. Okay, now let me say this before I get deep into this video, y'all. I know somebody watching this video and they feel a bit strange. Yes, sir. They feel weird sometimes. Yes, sir. And oftentimes people don't understand you. Understand this. This is because you are a chosen one. Yes, sir. Somebody drop in the comments and say, I am a chosen one. Yes, sir. Make sure you drop in the comments and say, I am a chosen one. I want you to realize and understand this. If you're watching this video, then you're watching this video for a very specific and important reason. Okay? And so don't allow nobody to make you feel like you're not who you are. Okay? You are who you are. And they know it, right? You are one of God's chosen. And so in this video, I want to give y'all all the signs of how you know you are a chosen one. But before I get deep into this video, y'all already know how we do, man. Y'all make sure y'all leave a thumbs up on this video as well as subscribe to the channel. Yes, sir. And then once again, make sure you drop in the comments and say, I am one of God's chosen. All right? So with that being said, y'all, the first sign of how you know God chose you is going to be this, y'all. You find yourself in leadership positions. Yes, sir. Let me say that one more time for the people in the back. Understand this, y'all. You find yourself in leadership positions. So, Reno, what do you mean by that? All right. Understand this. Maybe you find yourself in management positions, right? Maybe you find yourself in, supervisor positions. Maybe you find yourself in positions that have a little bit more power to them, all right, than the average position. Okay. So, Reno, expound, man. What do you mean by that? All right, let's just say for you on your job, right, you're being chosen to manage more people, okay? Or you're being chosen to be in a position that's over other individuals, okay? Understand that that's a clear indication that you are a chosen one, right? And so a lot of people get, chosen ones misconstrued, right? A lot of people think that being the chosen one, you're the one with the diamond on your forehead. Yes, sir, I'm talking about straight Simba style, right? Y'all seen the movie Lion King? All right, they think that he's just straight up Simba. They got the sign on their head. Okay, understand this, y'all. What I mean by being a chosen one. Sometimes you're gonna find yourself in leadership positions. Maybe you are the leader of your clique. You the leader of your crew, right? You are the leader in your circle, right? You find yourself in a leadership position. And here's the kicker, y'all. People are okay with you being in that position. Yes, sir. Understand this, y'all. Hey, if you're a leader, make sure you drop in the comments and say, I'm a leader. All right? If you're watching this video right now, make sure you drop in the comments and say, I am a leader. See, what happens is, y'all, when God placed you in the chosen one position, he's going to put you in a leadership position because people are going to naturally follow you. People are going to naturally attract to your leadership. People are going to naturally want you to lead them because they trust your wisdom. They trust your knowledge, right? They trust your discipline, okay? See, you can't be no leader if you're not disciplined. Yes, sir, you can't be no leader, right, if you don't have an understanding on what not to do. That's the same thing as being disciplined, all right? Understand that. And so with you being a chosen one, you have that discipline, you have that knowledge, you have that wisdom, right? You understand your assignment. You understand your assignment, all right? Listen, if you understand the assignment, make sure you drop in the comments and say, I understand the assignment. What I'm simply saying is, as you being a chosen one, people are going to attract to your leadership, right? It don't matter if you're on the job. It don't matter if you're within your family. It don't matter within your circle, right? You're going to always find yourself in a leadership position. It don't matter how short you are. It don't matter how tall you is. It don't matter how wide you is. It don't matter how skinny you are. It does not matter. Listen, if you are a chosen one, chances are you're going to be in leadership positions. It don't matter what it is, right? You're going to be in leadership position. Okay, so with that being said, y'all, we're going to get into the second sign of how you know God chose you. Your problems are heavier than others. Yes, sir. Let me say it louder for the people in the back, y'all. Understand this. Your problems are heavier than others. So Reno, expound on that. All right. So number one, I'm gonna say this, y'all. I got a whole video on why chosen ones suffer. All right, way more than average people. Okay, why chosen ones suffer much more. All right, so I have a video on that. I'll leave that up in the corner right here, y'all. But I want y'all to understand this, okay? As a chosen one, you're gonna suffer way more than other people. All right, as a chosen one, right? Your life is gonna seem as if it's harder, okay? And as a chosen one, it's gonna seem like, man, I always get the rough end of the stick. Do you ever feel like that, y'all? It's like you can commit the same crime, you can commit the same thing that a person did, or you can do, the same thing that somebody else did, whether you at school, at work, or whatever the case is, and it seems like you get punished way more. Yes, sir. Not only that, y'all, but it seems like your problems are so much more or so much heavier than other individuals, okay? Let me say this. Us as human beings, right? We're gonna all some way, shape, or form lose something, someone, right? Or someplace. We're gonna always lose something in life. That's just a part of life, all right? If you ain't losing nothing, you ain't living, okay? If you ain't losing nothing, you are not living. So, Reno, why do you mention that? What I'm saying is this right here, y'all. Although we all are going to lose certain things, some people lose them a lot earlier in their career or a lot earlier in their life, right? Some people lose certain things and certain people in their life at a very young age, okay? Or guess what? It don't even have to be at a young age. Maybe you lost a lot, right? Whether it's loved ones or things or people, okay? You lost a lot, right, at an older age. Or maybe you still at a young age and you lost a lot. What are you saying, Reno? Well, what I'm saying is this. Some people lose things earlier than what they were supposed to, including their lives, right? Understand what I'm saying, y'all. It's some people who lose certain things and they lost it when they was 15, right? Lost it when they was 20. Very early in age. But guess what? It's some people who may be older, maybe 45, 35, right? 50 years old. But guess what? They've lost so much, right? To where the average person wouldn't know how to deal with it, right? Well, what are you saying, Reno? That's a chosen one right there. See, their problems are so much heavier than the average person. It seems like their problems is fit just for them. Well, I got news for you. I want you to understand this. God will never put more in you than you can bear, right? And so since you are a chosen one, you're going to have a much heavier plate. See, what people don't realize is to whom much is given, much is required, right? To whom much is given, much is required. And so you got to be okay with that. Right? You got to be okay with losing moms. Yes, sir. You got to be okay with losing pops. You got to be okay with losing, your friendship. You got to be okay with losing the closest people and the closest things to you. You got to be okay with that. All right? If you are a chosen one and if you are okay with it, make sure you drop in the comments and say, I'm okay with it. All right? Make sure you drop in the comments and say, I'm okay with it. I want you to understand something, y'all. A major sign is going to be your problems are much heavier than everyone else's. You will be punished more. You will have, heavier consequences, right? Because to whom much is given, much is required. For example, y'all, let's just say God bless you with the life that you always wanted, right? God bless you with the life that you always wanted. You wanted that mansion or you wanted that 3-story, 4-story house, okay? You wanted that Bentley. You wanted that Mercedes-Benz. Yes, sir, you wanted the kids. You wanted the wife and you wanted the husband. You wanted it all, right? But what happens if you don't maintain and manage that? Well, you lose the husband, you lose the wife, you lose the kids, right? Or you lose the mansion or the house. You lose certain things. Whatever you don't manage, you will lose. Well, what are you saying, Reno? What I'm simply saying is, once again, to whom much is given, much is required. All right? I need y'all to drop that in the comments. To whom much is given, much is required. And that is required for the chosen one to know. Because, see, God's going to give you more. So you thought that since he gave you all these problems, right, you're not going to get no other blessings. Yeah. See, the fact that you have all these different problems, God is going to give you the blessings that come with it and vice versa. All right, you're going to get the blessing that come with it, but you got to understand that every bless can be a curse if you don't manage it correctly. Every blessing can be a curse if you don't manage it correctly, meaning going back to the house, the mansion, the wife, the husband, all that. If you don't manage that, then you will lose it. Okay, well, Reno, what are you saying? See, those blessings can become your problems real quick. Those blessings can become your problems real quick if you do not manage it correctly. So as a chosen one, you got to understand that your problems are going to be a lot heavier than the average person's. Okay, the third sign of how you know God chose you is going to be this, y'all. You found your gift. You found your gift. So what it simply means to find your gift is this right here, y'all. You found a way to monetize your passion, right? You found a way to monetize and do something that you're skillful or talented at. And it doesn't feel like work when you do it, right? You found that thing that you are absolutely great at. You found that thing that makes you smile when you do it, and other people love it and they're willing to pay you, all right? Listen, y'all, you have found your gift. Do you understand that in the Bible it says a gift, a man's gift will make room for him and usher him in the presence of the great? Yes, sir. Do you understand that? If you understand that, drop in the comments and say, I understand, Reno. Okay? Understand what I'm saying, y'all. A man's gift will make room for him. Okay? Will make room for him or make room for her and usher them in the presence of the great. That's what your gift is doing. And so as a chosen one, maybe you found out that you can sing. Yes, sir. Maybe you found out you are a great sewer, right? You can knit things together and do it better than anybody else, right? You are a great designer. You are a great artist, a person who can hold dialogue, right? Somebody who needs to start a podcast and you gifted at that and people tune in and watch you, okay? For myself, y'all, I am a great speaker. I understand how to hold dialogue. I understand how to elevate dialogue, you know what I'm saying? Make something not necessarily bigger than what it is, but make something better than what it is, okay? Make a conversation better than what it is. Being able to, you know, utilize dialogue and turn it into content. That's a gift, y'all. That's a gift. And so maybe you got the same gift, but whatever the case is, you found your gift. And as a chosen one, that is mandatory for you to find out. You got to figure out what is your fruit. All right. And if you've already found out what your fruit was, that is a clear indication that God has chose you. Let me say this, y'all. Do you know how many people would never find their gift? All right. Do you know how many people will never figure out what they're good at? Do you know how many people will never be able to monetize their passion? Yes, sir. Do you understand how many people will never figure out what are their great skill sets that are natural, the thing that people love to see them do and are willing to pay them to do it? It's somebody who's willing to just sit here on a 9 to 5 because they don't know that they have something greater inside themselves. They can't even fathom that God has a higher calling for them. They can't even fathom it, y'all. They don't even understand, okay? And so the fact that you figured out your gift, the fact that you figured out, you know, what it is that God has called you to do, the fact that you figured out that, hey, you know what? I can monetize this and I don't got to work no 9 to 5 no more. You found your gift, okay? And so you got to realize if you find your gift, that's because God wanted you to find it, right? And now let me say this, y'all. Let me play God's advocate for a second. God wants everybody to find their gift, right? But y'all ever heard this saying, many was called, but few was chosen, okay? So whenever you answer your calling, that makes you chosen. So technically, everybody was, you know, placed here to be chosen. But the problem is, everybody don't answer the call. Yes, sir. Everybody don't answer the call. Listen, if you answered your call, if you're a chosen one, drop in the comments and say, I answered the call. Okay? Make sure you drop in the comments and say, I answered the call. What I'm simply saying is, y'all, if you found your gift, you found the great thing. Okay? And your gift is going to make room for you. All right? So the fourth sign of how you know God chose you is going to be this, y'all. Isolation. All right? Let me say that one more time, louder, for the people in the back. Understand this, y'all. You're going to be isolated for a certain amount of time, all right? I'm not saying you're going to be isolated for the rest of your life. I'm not saying that you're going to be isolated and you can't talk to nobody forever. I ain't saying you're going to be isolated on an island, okay? The island or a mountain, and you got to go somewhere and grow your beard out and look like Moses. I ain't saying that, y'all. But what I am saying is this right here. It's going to be a moment and period of time where you have to be isolated because the people who you are around are keeping you distracted and unfocused on the thing that God has called you to do. And so as a chosen one, God is going to remove you from family, friends, from people, co-workers, anybody or anything that doesn't serve you or serve a purpose to you. Okay? Understand what I'm saying, y'all. God will remove you from certain individuals. And so what's going to happen is you're going to find yourself by yourself. That's what's going to happen. You're going to find yourself by yourself trying to figure out, man, why am I right here? Man, like, what's going on? Like, why am I by myself? Why I feel like I don't have friends? Why I feel like I don't fit in? Why I feel like my family gone? Why I feel like that? Well, that's because God has put into you to isolate yourself for a certain amount of time so he can talk to you, so he can give you these messages, so you can see clear visions, okay? Understand this, y'all. When you are around people who don't believe the same thing you believe, or when you are around people who can't see the same thing you see, they can throw you off, right? They can throw you off, and that can keep you away from what God has for you, okay? Understand this, y'all. You got to understand this. Isolation is powerful. Do y'all remember? Any of the great prophets who ever lived, they went through isolation, all right? Joseph, he went through an isolation period, right? When he was in prison, that was isolation. He didn't do nothing to put himself there, right? But it was within his calling and his decree that, okay, I need Joseph to be isolated for a second so he can get what I have for him, okay? Who else was isolated, y'all? Moses, he was isolated. Moses was isolated, right, when he left his first home, okay, with the Egyptians. He left. He was isolated. He was in the mountain by himself right before he started meeting all these new people who was actually there to help him with his calling. But what I'm simply saying is, y'all, you're going to have to go through a period of isolation, all right? You got to. Listen, if y'all went through this or if y'all are going through this, y'all drop in the comments and say, God isolated me. Yes, sir. Make sure you drop in the comments and say, God isolated me. All right. All I'm saying is, y'all, there's nothing wrong with isolation, especially for a certain amount of time. So God can talk to you, so he can give you signs, signals, as well as visions. All right. The fifth sign of how you know God chose you is going to be this, y'all. You are unique. Okay. Let me say that one more time, louder for the people in the back. All right, understand this, y'all. You are unique. So, Reno, what do you mean by that? What I'm saying is you are special. What I'm saying is you are different. What I'm saying is you have a different swag, a different sauce, a different gift, a different talent, a different skill set, right? A different persona, a different personality that, you know, certain people and most people don't have, okay? You stand out. And so what people don't realize, being a chosen one, you're going to be different. You're not going to be like everybody else. That's why you are a chosen one. That's the whole point. The whole point of being a chosen one is you being different. You being peculiar, right? You being a bit strange and weird from the other ones. See, look, y'all, we got to stop this narrative of people saying, you're weird, you're strange, you're weird. No, in actuality, all they're saying is, number one, I don't understand you. And number two, you're different. That's all they're saying when they say that you're weird. Think about it, y'all. Anything or anybody that shows anything that's that they don't understand, they're gonna automatically call it weird. Period. If a person eat a certain way and they don't understand it, you eating weird. If a person talk a certain way and they don't understand the lingo, you talk weird. Right? What's the first thing you say when you hear a person with an accent coming from Louisiana, or if they coming from, you know, Indonesia? And I mean, it don't matter where they come from, but what's the first thing y'all say? You got an accent, you talk different. That's the same thing, y'all. That's the same thing. So what I'm simply saying is you are unique. And as one of God's chosen people, you have to be unique, okay? Because you being unique is your superpower. Yes, sir. You being unique is what operates your superpower. Yes, sir. Somebody drop in the comments and say, I have a superpower. All right. Make sure you drop in the comments and say, I have a superpower. Well, what's your superpower? Your superpower is anything that you have, right, that identifies you, that allows you to use your gift. Okay. Anything that you have that identifies you, that allows you to use your gift. Okay. Listen, y'all. Superman. What is Superman's superpower? Superman got super strength, right? He can fly. Okay, he had that's his power. He can fly. He got super strength. That's Superman. What is Batman's superpower? Batman's superpower is Batman can fly. He can fight real good too. And he got the little thing that, you know, he basically can fight. You know what I'm saying? Batman, he can do some damage. All right. Who was y'all? Flash. His superpower is running. Right. Super fast running. You know what I'm saying? Take out this way. Running. That's Flash's superpower, y'all. But y'all get the point. The point is, everybody has a superpower, and that's what makes them unique. Your superpower makes you unique, and there's nobody else that has what you have. Okay? So with that being said, y'all, I'm going to go ahead and conclude this video. Very powerful video, okay? Before I conclude this video, y'all make sure y'all drop in the comments and say, Reno, this was powerful. Yes, sir. Make sure you drop in the comments and say, Reno, this was powerful, if this video was powerful to you. All right? So this video was based upon all the signs of how you know God chose you. All right, don't allow nobody to make you feel like you're not chosen, and don't allow nobody to throw you off focus, okay? Because you have a mission as a chosen one, and I came to deliver this message directly to you to let you know that you are one of God's chosen. Yes, sir. So with that being said, y'all already know how we do. Y'all make sure y'all hit the link in my description. Check out any one of my books. That's 8 Steps to Self-Publishing a Successful Book, Rich Mentality, Traumatized by Love, as well as Fairly Unequal. Also, be sure to check out any one of my memberships. That's my YouTube membership, as well as my Patreon. I'm going to catch y'all in the next video. Keep a rich mentality. Peace.